Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nobody Makes It Out Alive. And I have a special guest with me here today. This is David.
I'm back.
He's back.
Right.
Shady's back. Okay, I'm done.
I'm caffeinated and ready to have a ball.
Okay, so I turned 20 almost a month ago, and I just wanted to come on here and kind of discuss some things like perspective changes that I've had since obviously being like 15 on the internet and you guys seeing that phase of my life up to now being 20. I feel like a lot has changed in my life. I've definitely had drastic mindset and perspective changes, and so yeah, me and David are gonna talk about that today. I'm so excited too because I brought 4 of my diaries. This is literally like,
oh my god,
dude, it's crazy. These are filled up, and it's from high school all the way up to now.
You are so brave. When I pitched that idea, I was like, she's gonna be like, maybe.
Okay, here's why I'm so willing to is because I feel like these are actually very personal. Like, they're really deep, and I feel like because so much time has passed, I don't mind sharing it anymore because it's not like what I'm going through now. If this was like my journal diaries, I'm not reading what I'm writing like a week ago, you know, but
you get like put in jail.
This was like years ago, so it's for everyone.
I'm like really excited for this episode because I know like a lot of you guys have been watching Vereena since she was 15, and I have too, which kind of is creepy because I'm a 23-year-old man, but like whatever, I was obsessed like as everyone else was, and there's so many questions that I'm like been wanting to know for so long, and I'm excited to get into it.
I want you to ask those too.
We
later.
will.
Yeah,
we will.
Okay, we'll get into it.
Just wait.
So the first segment is going to be kind of going over like topics and things that like I believed as a 15-year-old that are obviously bound to change as time goes on now as a 20-year-old. So we're going to
get into it. And this is also really good for your younger fans who are watching, because I know at 15 I felt so stuck in like life or like opinions that I had, because a lot of us are just like stuck in school and like in our hometowns, and it'll be like inspiring to see that you can like
I was literally so depressed when I was like 15, and I feel like a lot of you guys are not gonna like expect what I have written down in here, because I feel like what I portrayed on the internet was just like so different, and I feel like a lot of you guys can learn from this too, or like kind of resonate with it, so I'm excited.
That actually, talking about the depression part of 15, it's so insane how normalized being like depressed and anxious at age 14, 15, 16 is. It's terrifying. And it's crazy because like you have you're so young, you don't know how to deal with it, and you think it's the end of the world because you're so young, and it's like, now I'm just like, girl, I wish I could go back in time and hug you, because you know what it never was? That's serious. Right. That is the quote of the day.
Breath, literally.
And that's how we'll look back on things now too, which is like interesting.
Yeah.
But so getting into the first part, which is sort of correlates, is self-care. Like, were you good about taking care of yourself when you were younger versus now? Like,
I think I was, to the extent that I was able to as a kid, you know, but I obviously still had a lot of things to work on. I think my idea of self-care when I was 15 was like, oh, buy myself flowers, take myself on a date. And as big of a part as that is into self-care and self-love, is just like, there's so much more to it, and I was like trying to fulfill like self-love with like a bouquet of roses for myself, you know,
like the trend of self-love.
Exactly, which is like the trend of self-love versus actual like doing the work in self-love is so different. And I think that the reason why I was so stuck in that cycle when I was younger is because I was like, well, I'm buying myself flowers, why isn't it working?
Why am I not happy?
Why is my depression not cured? I have a fresh cut of roses on my but like I said, like I was like very depressed when I was 15, and I also had a blood condition, neutropenia. I still do, which is like low white blood cells. So when I get sick, I get like very severely sick, like for long periods of time. So like a cold would like hit me like a truck. So I would be home all the time, but I would have to miss so much school, and like I would just be like in my room, like bowls and cups would be piling up, like I wouldn't clean my room, like I just didn't care to. And now, like as a 20-year-old, like I make my bed every single morning. Like if there's a piece of paper on my nightstand, I'm like, oh
I mean, like throw out the piece of paper.
I think my mindset now is so much more different. Like I like to do things I always think of like, what can I do right now, or what can I do today to like make tomorrow Vereena thing, you know, and it is so nice.
That is such a good I literally, my high school like senior year, we went in to like the auditorium, and they were talking to the seniors, and they were like, this year we want you to like think about tomorrow you, like what would tomorrow you appreciate? Like a made bed, maybe a workout, like being showered and having your clothes laid out, like you can like make yourself happy in the future.
Yeah. And I feel like now that is like my whole essence of self-care and self-love is like, how can I make future me thank me, whether it's tomorrow or like a year from now, or like how can I benefit my future self right now?
Yeah. That's really interesting. And it ties into the next part that I wanted to talk about, because you had a really unique situation where you started doing YouTube and putting yourself out there on the internet while you were in high school, which is so crazy to think about.
Yeah, but it's been like, a long time.
Yeah. Were you able to have a good like schoolwork and life balance, or were you just like off the rails working?
Honestly, yes and no. I think about like high school me work ethic all the time, and she was insane. Like she was on crack, not literally, but like I wish, I don't know what it was, dude. Like David, I'm telling you, I would wake up at 5 a.m, do a full face of makeup, vlog that, like do a get ready with me. I would go to school. I would come home from school, edit that video, do my homework, and then have it ready to upload for the next day, and then repeat the whole cycle the next day.
That's like psychotic. That's insane. So high school though.
Yeah, but I would be pumping like 3-4 YouTube videos out a week. It was crazy. Like I don't know how I did that, but
that's insane.
I think what had to do with it was YouTube became like my motivation to do school and like finish school, because I feel like it kind of worked out really good because I hated school. I was getting unmotivated because of my neutropenia, and like I just was falling behind, but like, and it's hard because I used to be like a straight A student. Like I was gonna go to Harvard and be a lawyer, but and so I literally would just go to school to make YouTube videos at that point. So that was like my motivation. And then the last 2 years of high school, I did online school, like independent studies. So everything was on my own. I did my junior and senior year in 1 year so that I would be able to like focus on YouTube more and like have a gap year and have fun and have time. Yeah. And I feel like I wasn't good at the balance part. I feel like I was just so work. Whereas now I'm like, okay, you need to take time to rest. Like we are not meant to drive ourselves like this every single day. Like our bodies are not built for this. My brain is not built for this. I need rest. And now I think I allow myself time to like hang out with my friends and have fun and do things, which has been really rewarding too.
It's really funny because there's two things that I want to say. And the first one is, it's funny how now that we're like adults, you can like get up at like 9, go to the gym, work a little bit, and like if you like go out with your friends until like 11 and have a drink at dinner, like you're done for like 2 days, like absolutely completely depleted.
Yeah, like I need to recharge.
Yeah, no, same. And it's like before I was like up at 5, like doing things for 12 hours a day, having a ball, just like so excited. Yeah. But and I also feel like you're similar to me in a way where like you are either all or nothing, and it's like you can get all the work done for a month within the first 2 weeks, and the next 2 weeks it's like I need to not talk to anybody. I need to like be completely alone.
Or like I won't do anything for 2 weeks, and then one day out of the week I'll literally get a whole month's to-do list done in one day.
Yeah, it's like when you get in that flow state, it's like it's over.
And it's always at like 3 a.m. for me too.
Yeah, like let me get my coffee, let me get my brown sugar shake and espresso, and like let me
Exactly,
well, this goes into the next part, which is honestly really funny because it's something that I'm still learning, and it might like expose you a little bit, but like when it comes to self-ego and like learning to apologize and like sort of just own up to your shit when you were 15, I was horrible at this at 15, but were you like good at that? Because I feel like you always kind of been
honestly because and I think the biggest reason is because I'm not like a confrontational person. Like I don't like confrontation, I don't like conflict, any of that. So
you hate that shit.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in like a lot of situations like that. Like for the most part, I choose peace, but I've definitely like hurt people in my life, you know? And anytime someone has tried to communicate it to me, I immediately am like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like,
oh, that's good.
Yeah, like I just get scared of like hurting people's feelings. So like I don't think I've ever had a problem with taking accountability. Maybe like understanding like, why are you mad at that? Yeah. But like for the most part, I've always tried to like understand and like be like, okay, like I'll like try to work on that.
A big one is like agreeing to disagree and being like, okay, like
and also just like picking your battles.
Yes. That has been the theme of my life this past year, has been like, I know I'm right and you don't know that I'm right, and I want to prove it so bad. Everyone knows that I'm right about a situation,
but is it worth it?
Not worth it. Like I'm not gonna waste my breath.
Yeah, like choose peace, girl.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a good next part because I know how it is now. But what was like dating and like boys and Girls, come on, girls.
Oh my God, I'm not even gonna lie, David. It was so ugly with me.
I know it was.
I was so boy crazy in high school. Like I literally had a new boyfriend like every 3 months. Like really? I was that girl. Yeah. I have a very vivid memory. This is so bad. This is so bad. I have a very vivid memory. I was dating this guy in high school in like freshman year for like 4 months, and then we broke up. And I like immediately started like talking to his friend, and he like pulled me aside at lunch. I'm a homie hopper till I die.
Right. And what's wrong with that?
And he like pulled me aside at lunch. He's like, we just broke up and you're already talking to like one of my best friends. Like, that's my friend. Like, you're going to be with the whole group or something. And I was like, yeah.
Now what?
I was like shamelessly like, yeah. Like, okay.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Well, there's no shame in that. Like you saw something you liked.
I was young, yeah. I'm not a homie hopper anymore because I feel like
I kind of am. Whatever. Like,
you know what the worst thing is though? Like when you're dating a guy, when you're talking to a guy, and like you meet his friends for the first time,
and you're like,
oh, is it too late to switch? Oh I chose the wrong one.
Yeah, no, that is very true. Or you're like, oh, I got the ugly friend.
Yeah, or like the super loud, obnoxious one.
Yeah. Oh my God,
that one's the worst.
Worst. It's like it's kind of equivalent to when girls like you'll have like a girlfriend you're around boys and they're like, Vereena snores so much.
Yeah.
Or like,
oh my God, Vereena took the biggest this morning.
And it's like, hey,
like okay, girl. Yeah, it's literally the equivalent.
Have you seen that TikTok where it's like, me when I'm on like with my friend and a boy calls on FaceTime and the friend's like,
and she's like fixing herself. Yeah, she's like, how do I look?
Yeah, or like when they change their entire
the
voice.
Yes, the high pitch is insane.
The Cat Valentine voice, or it's like, what? And you're like
what?
Like, come on, tickle me Elmo. Like, what are you talking about, girl?
Tickle me Elmo. That was the funniest thing you ever said. Come on, tickle me Elmo. Did someone just knock on the door? Oh, maybe I'm tripping. Sorry.
There was mushrooms on the pizza.
I'm like, Pizza Hut. What'd you put in there, babe?
Okay, this kind of goes into the next part, which I feel like you mentioned before, but just like, what was your like drama life like? Because I know in high school I was bat with like friends and drama. I was obsessed with it, addicted to drama. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was. Like I said, I was a confrontational person. I literally minded my business. I feel like a lot of girls like didn't like me.
Yeah.
But like I don't know why. Not to be like that. Like I don't know why everyone doesn't like me. But like it all started after my YouTube channel. Like before I started my YouTube channel. Yeah, I guess. But before I started my YouTube channel, I had so many friends. I never had drama. Like everyone loved me. Like I was friends with everybody. And then I started my YouTube, and everyone was like, "This bitch is weird."
Well, you know what? Like, I don't know if you've seen this before, but have you ever seen something where it's like, I think it's like a quote where it's like, some people are put on earth to trigger other people to like growing. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that I've always been very confident. Just as a person, I'm very secure in myself. And I've noticed that sometimes people just do not like me. If I'm super kind to them, I'm like loving, I'm, you know, I'm great to them. I'll hear that they're like talking about me.
Everyone,
and it's I'm literally triggering them because they feel insecure and I don't feel insecure. So it's like, not like a jealousy thing. It's just like
yeah, even if it's subconscious, yeah. But most of my drama honestly was like girls would like make fun of me for like I used to do this thing on YouTube where like when I first started I would put like clips on my pockets. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. I would put barrettes on my pockets, and girls would at school would literally drag the fuck out of me. Sometimes I would be passing by like girls in school and they would be like, "Hey, catfish," because that was like my whole like literally.
Oh, you are so strong.
I swear to God.
I would have done something that would have got me on the national news the next day, and I'm not fucking kidding. That would piss me the fuck off.
No, yeah, like I vividly remember, and there was this one girl that stuck up for me, and I'll never forget her. Yeah, I was walking to PE, and then this bitch, I hate her to this day. she was so mean to me. She was like, "Hey, catfish, like, are you vlogging today?" And I looked over, I was like, "This bitch," like I'm about to drag her by her hair. But like I was so like soft girl and like like so it just like made me sad. And then this girl like turned around, she's like, "Leave her the alone, like you're so weird." And I was like, I love you,
like,
my girl.
You like go and refresh your AdSense, you're like,
okay. Me going into the PE locker room, I'm like, how much did I make?
Yeah, you're like, okay, well, and during that interaction I made $25, like, I'm good.
Yeah, and like girls would like post videos of them sitting on, I mean, not sitting. Girls would post videos of them watching my YouTube videos on their stories and like make fun of me. So a lot of
what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Dude, they were so mean. Like it was, yeah. But
I feel bad. That's like triggering probably.
No, it's okay. I'm glad that I like kept doing YouTube after that. Like I'm glad that it didn't stop me. And
yeah, for real.
All of my drama was just like me posting, like reposting the stuff that the girls would post of me, like on my Instagram, and like my followers would go like attack them.
Right.
And like I didn't mean for it. I was just like showing people like, bro, like look at the bitches at my school.
Even during like the breakup stitch, I remember you're like, don't attack anybody, don't be mean. But like during that, I feel like I'd be like, I don't know, girl.
That got nothing to do with me. Yeah. But I would get called. I got called into the principal's office like 3 times. Yeah. To tell me to like delete my stuff, like oh, delete this YouTube video because you mentioned this girl. And I was like, okay, why don't you tell this girl to stop being mean to me? Like I'm being bullied and I'm talking about it on my YouTube, and you guys are more so upset at the fact that I'm posting about it rather than like doing something about the situation. So that was just like more of my drama life.
So mean.
I never like beefed with girls over like boys or anything like that.
Yeah, but things like that teach you patience. Yeah. And like those are virtues that a lot of people don't have for a while. Yeah. Guys. So we've reached the point of the podcast where
I expose all my deepest darkest
we might have to 5150 Vereena. Like I might have to like get a time machine.
You're like driving me to the emergency room after this.
Yeah, you start shaking reading. You're like no, yeah. Well, I'm really nervous about this.
Yeah, obviously, guys, like this is very vulnerable, and I feel like this podcast in general like sets the tone of like I want this podcast to be a safe space for everybody, which is why like I do the voicemails and I let you guys talk about your stuff, but I feel like I don't really get into or let you guys in on like some more of like the more like depressing stuff that I go through, you know, or have gone through and healed from. So I feel like you're going to get to know me a little bit more on a deeper level. Some of it might be triggering.
And you're going to get to see me be uncomfortable and try to make a joke. And
yeah, be like, I'm gonna be like nervous laughing while reading. I'm like, I wanted to die today.
And I'm like, me when they don't have cheese at Chipotle that I want. Like,
so I have 4. Should we start with the one dating back to the earliest?
Let's do the earliest from the 1900s.
Okay, so this says purchased on February 11th, 2020. I was 16 years old. Wow. Yeah.
Damn, I was literally 19.
Really?
That is so crazy.
Aw. I can't imagine you being 19.
I don't know, me either.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, maybe this isn't a good idea, guys. Okay.
You're like, so I woke up again.
Unfortunately. Okay, I have an entry about body image and I have an entry about love.
Let's start with body image and then do love.
Okay, so it was.
We're start with love because it's like a lighter topic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's light, but this was like
I'll never be loved.
Yeah, this was like after my first like earth-shattering breakup. Like I dated this man for like 2 years, and it was like earth-shattering. I was depressed as hell, wanted to die, but yeah. So this was written February 19th, 2020. And it's kind of cute. I used to always do like little drawings next to like the journal topics of what the topic was about. So here I drew a heart and I said, the most complicated piece of shit.
Well, shit, here we go.
So let's get into it.
I was thinking about you were the guy.
The heart. The heart is the most complicated piece of shit. I was so corny.
The sage was burning. The Janae was on.
I literally need to warn you guys. I was corny. Like I was. I'm
so excited to clown on you. I can't even lie. I would be so straight up. There was sage burning. There was Janae playing in the background.
Okay, I have his name written in here, so I'm gonna change his name to Joe.
Okay.
Because no free clout.
Right. Wait, what?
Okay.
No.
Yeah. I'm like, cut. Okay. Today, Joe sprinted to Barnes & Noble's 30 minutes before closing just to see me for 20 minutes, but he also didn't beg me to tell him what was wrong and hung up knowing I'm upset.
Oh, you're just like me, like twins.
Like, why are you not forcing the truth out of me?
Right.
I was going to say I love you, and then he hung up.
Isn't it funny looking back? The thing wrong was probably that like you didn't wear your favorite shoes today.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right? Yeah. I deserve someone who will stay and won't hang up. Oh my god, I was so corny, guys. I was so corny, but like you ate.
No, you can't. I don't know. I kind of like this.
But like him. I'm so in love with him. It hurts my heart. I'm so attached. I wonder who I'm gonna marry. I hope they're everything I want, and if not, I hope he at least respects and loves me. I hope future me is happy and content. I need a hug right now. Aww.
You were like 16 writing this?
Yes. I was in a very toxic, bad relationship, for context, and he was like 20 years old.
That's so sad.
It was very bad. I was groomed.
Oh my God. Who wasn't? Damn.
Yeah. It's 6:30 a.m. right now. I haven't slept. I kind of want to cry, but I don't know if it's because I'm sad or sleep deprived. I'm off topic now. This just sounds like a sob story. Anyways, what I want in a relationship. My ideal man is dominant, honest, loyal, kind-hearted, spiritual, loves God, loves me, funny, and financially stable. I want to be treated like a princess. Why should I settle? But I'm so in love. I want to marry him. No, you don't, girl. I'm so glad I did not marry that man. Oh my God. Don't. Can we talk about that? It's like when you go through a breakup and you think it's the worst thing in your life. And you're like, but I loved him. I was going to marry him.
I've never.
I'm so glad I did not stay with any of my exes.
Yeah. See, my issue is I've never gone through like a breakup. I like dated a girl when I used to be straight. Like when I was 16.
When I used to be straight.
No, literally. But then I've always had girlfriends, obviously. And I've seen them go through like devastating breakups. But I just can't like. You know, I'm not judging, but I can't like give my full like empathy because I've never experienced it. Yeah. So like to me, I'm like, you're acting crazy, but I'm sure if I was in that position, I'd be acting the exact same way.
And like for anyone who's going through like a breakup like that right now, where you feel like it's like the end of the world, dude, I promise you, in a couple years from now, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, thank God I did not stay with that.
I've had really severe friendship breakups where I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna recover from this one.
And then a few years later, you're like, oh.
And then you get to like be like, hey, I hope you're doing well. Like,
exactly. Okay, this is kind of trauma dumping. I'm like, hold on. What parts do I skip and edit? Oh, dear. I know I shouldn't wait. Aw, this is really sad. I do everything for everyone, but get sad when those I love don't do everything for me. I know I shouldn't expect anything back, but I want a fairy tale. But this isn't a Cinderella or Aladdin type whatever. This is real life, and those men don't exist. Hopefully my future husband is, though. My hand is cramping, so I'm going to go. Bye. Love you, girl. Head up.
Oh,
that's so sad.
That's way cuter than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be corny. Like that was like, corny. That was cute. That makes me like feel really sad.
Oh, this one says my current strongest inner struggles. And then there's body image, depression, OCD, heartbreak, self-sabotage. And I have like little sketches for each of them.
Oh, what type of like OCD did you deal with?
Oh my God,
I have some weird OCD stuff.
I think I talked about this like once or twice, but I used to have like really, really bad OCD. Like I would have panic attacks every day. So I have these cabinets in my upstairs hallway, and there's 6 of them. Every morning, every time I would pass by the cabinets, I would have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I didn't count them right, I would have to walk back and recount them. Yeah. I would go down the stairs, count them it was 18. Yeah. And if I like skipped a step or like didn't count 18 exactly, I would have to walk back up the stairs. And it was so bad to one point, like at some point in my life where like if I were to accidentally like graze you with my right shoulder, I would have to find a way to like go
the left shoulder
you with my left shoulder.
Wait, that is so weird. I do that when I'm running still. Like if I'm like really having a weird day and I'm anxious, if I like hit my right foot on the side of my foot, I have to hit my left foot on the side of my foot.
And if I didn't do that, this was when I was like 8 years old, like 5 years old. It was really bad. I had like so embarrassing. I would literally be screaming, crying, like my family's gonna die. Like mom, like
mine wasn't that. It's just like I have to even it out, and I don't know why.
Yeah. I feel like I never like got treated for it or anything. I just like would watch YouTube videos and like try to like suppress it. And I feel like as an adult,
it worked.
Yeah, it did. As an adult, like it still kind of manifests in small ways, like even numbers and like that. But I have it under control for the most part.
I feel like
now.
Caesar's gonna be like,
yeah,
hey, we need some help.
We need help. ASAP.
We really need someone to come up here. Yeah, really.
Okay,
Caesar, cut that.
I don't have a big entry for this one. It was kind of just more of like a sketch and like a little note to myself. So I feel like this could resonate with some of you guys. So my current struggles: body image, depression, OCD, self-sabotage, heartbreak. And then I wrote, you can do better. I know you can. Manifest your dreams. Love life. Take everything with a grain of salt. Let the good in others remind you of your own goodness. Let the bad in others... Oh my gosh. Sorry. Let the good in others remind you of your own goodness, and let the bad in others inspire you to remove every trace of it within yourself.
I love that.
That was actually really cute.
That's really sweet. I actually like where this is going. Like, this is... Do you want to do one more?
Yes. Should I do this journal or like another?
Let's do another journal. What time are we at? 28. Okay. Yeah, you want to do one more? I don't know, like, what journal you want to do it from.
Okay, we're going to close my 16-year-old journal now because that was really embarrassing.
No, that was really sweet.
Parts.
I was excited to, like, clown you a little bit, but that was, like, that was really cute.
I wrote this to myself in 2019. It says, to Vereena 22 from... No, to Vereena in 2022 from Vereena in 2019.
Did you ever read that?
I never read it until now. Yeah, I didn't even know this was in here. I just like skimmed through it.
It's like, they're coming. I had a dream. Please go protect yourself.
Raid the grocery store.
Yeah, literally. You're like, they are here. They're arriving.
I'm like digging tunnels in my home. If you're reading this, it's too late.
Yeah, literally. If you're reading this, it happened. How are you? Is everything okay?
Are you safe?
We're trying to find the technology to reach to you.
Wake up.
Vereena, wake up. If you feel like you're on a podcast right now, you're not. Don't look at the man to the left. He's gay.
Oh my God. I literally just drooled. Oh my God. He's gay. Oh, my stomach hurts. Ooh.
All right, anyway.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay. Hi, Vereena. I'm so proud of you. I can't believe we have our own apartment. Is it as amazing as I dreamed living alone? Aw. Okay, hold on. Let me skip this part. Nobody needs to know about that. I think we will probably have a couple more Joes. Please, God, no. But bad people are everywhere. And
damn, you fucked your ass up.
You did. You didn't have the correct tools to understand. I want you to make it up to me by taking our career seriously and take yourself seriously. We are not our trauma or experiences. I love you and I love us. Dedicate yourself. I love you so much. Do your best. Vereena, to Vereena in 2022 from Vereena in 2019.
Oh my God.
Aww. That was actually really cute.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh.
That was really sweet. Oh
okay. I'm going to do one more from my...
We should make this a recurring segment. I agree.
These are actually really cute.
Yeah.
I'll just like edit certain parts out because... okay. This is about like what I need to work on in myself before I get a boyfriend. I think I wrote this before I dated my ex. So this was like almost a year ago. God, I'm so corny. Sorry. Things I need to work on before my king comes into my life.
Bitch, I hate you.
I hate me too. Oh, like, I'm like, okay, that's enough, guys.
Yeah, that's all. That is so people who wear shirts where it's like, he's my king. Like,
queen,
king. I feel like you're on the verge. Like, you were on the verge.
I was. Okay. Trust issues. Learn from what you've been through. Don't block off a potentially good person because of past shit. Guard up, but as they show more green flags, lower it. Trust is earned, not given. Not everybody's out to get you or wants to hurt you. It's okay to let people in when they've proven they deserve it. But girl, how are they going to prove it if you don't even let them get to that point? It's okay to get hurt. No expectations, high hopes. If you expect badly 24/7, you will only receive badly. Balance my work and self-care with also having a boyfriend.
I love that.
That was cute.
That's pretty like...
Yeah.
Like straight up, yeah.
Yeah. So that was the end of the journal segment, guys. If you want me to do like a whole episode dedicated to this, maybe, possibly, just let me know. I'll rip out some pages beforehand.
Yeah, no, literally. That was, I can't tell how that, like, I'm excited to see how they react to that.
Yeah, I know.
Because I can't tell if like that was fun for us or like, you know what I mean?
I feel like I didn't read too much of the crazy stuff.
Well, yeah, if y'all want to see that.
Yeah. Maybe another episode.
Yeah,
but we're going to move on to the next segment, which is...
Okay, so I have some hot seat questions for you because we haven't exposed you enough today.
Okay.
So, these aren't that bad, but they're just some like, I think that they're just funny, like in relation to you being 15 and like a little, crazy like I was. Yeah, like respectfully. So starting off hot, what is like the cringiest memory you have at age 15? Like something that you did that you're like keeps you up at night.
There's a lot. Oh my, like. I'm like, oh, which one do I pick? Okay, so
I'm so scared.
This was after I started my YouTube channel, and this was after everyone at school started making fun of me for it. Being the only girl at your school with a YouTube channel was hell. And so everyone would make fun of me for like doing makeup tutorials and stuff, and I would always be the girl like showing up to school in like prom makeup every single day, like full face, like smoky eye, like purple, blue. And so I had a presentation in English class of like a how-to, and it was our final.
Oh my god. I know your ass had the James Charles makeup palette.
I did. I stood up in front of my entire class and gave a step-by-step makeup tutorial.
That's like cute.
And everyone was sitting there like, is this bitch for real?
Oh my god. Did people like film?
They did.
Oh my god.
I did. If I can, I'll try to ask one of my friends from high school like for the video if they have it, and if it is, I'll put it in here. But yeah, I literally stood up there for my final. No, but it was bad. Like,
was it?
Yeah, people were like giggling and like
oh my god.
Yeah. So,
you're like, oh wait. So this is turquoise blue.
I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna dip into he's so sexy, and I'm gonna blend that into my crease.
Like dipping into literally screaming, like
dipping into.
Yeah, literally. Wait, me now.
David is dipping into.
Yeah, finally. Okay. What are some of like the really bad habits that you had at 15 that you've like finally grown out of?
I think I was a huge people pleaser. I think I'm still a people pleaser. I'm not even gonna lie, but I think to the capacity,
you're better about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think to the capacity it was like so bad. I think that's my number one. I think another bad habit I had was I think I just wouldn't hold myself to like the standard that I want. Like I would always be like, oh, like I want to do this and I want to be this and I want to do this for myself, but then I wouldn't do anything about it. Like I would just expect to like drop in my hands from the sky and like but it was also I think had to do with the fact that I had no motivation and like wanted to die at the time. So yeah,
that is the worst, like the cognitive dissonance of being like I want this so bad and then like
not having the willpower.
And then like being pissed at yourself.
So for this next segment, David is gonna go grab his laptop so we can listen to the voicemails you guys sent. Like I said, as always, I always have you guys send in voicemails for me to listen to, give advice, kind of give my 2 cents. So yeah, we're gonna get into it once David gets back.
Okay, I'm back, guys. You guys ready to get into
into the first voicemail?
Voicemails.
Hi, Vereena. My name's Taylor. I'm 20 years old. I was wondering how you motivate yourself in your 20s. I think when I was 15, it was easier because like there was a schedule and everything because you're like going to school and everything. But now that I'm in my 20s, I'm more tired and it's really hard for me to do like simple everyday tasks. So I was wondering how you continue to motivate yourself without like outside forces like pushing you to get things done at a certain time. All right, thank you so much. I love your podcast.
Thank you. Just talking about that. That's funny.
Thank you, Taylor. That's actually a really good question and topic. So not to like go back to what I was saying before, but like a big part of it for me is trying to think of how can I benefit tomorrow me? How can tomorrow me be so thankful for yesterday me? And that's where like a lot of it comes from. And I talk about this book all the time. I think I've brought it up on like 3 episodes already, but Every Day by David Levithan. It's like this bodiless soul who wakes up in a different body every single day, and he tries his best to make do and like do right by that person and that body that he woke up in, and like try to do their life as best as he can so that they can like wake up tomorrow and like their life is better. And so I read that book in high school, and it changed my entire perspective of like, because I feel like, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm a person who tries to make other people's life easier sometimes to where I forget to cater to myself as well. And I totally get what you're saying of it was so much easier when we were 15 because we had like the school routine, like the extracurriculars, like hanging out with your friends after school, whatever. I struggled with that a lot too, actually, which I feel like is a big reason why I went to college in the first place, because I was living in LA. I had no routine. I had no schedule. I had nothing to do. And I just felt like a bum, and I just didn't like hanging out with my friends all the time. I was like, I need some substance or like routine in my life. So I went to college and it didn't fix it. I just hated my life. I had a routine, but I hated my life.
Yeah.
And so I dropped out and I was like, okay, let's evaluate. Like, what do I need to have structure and routine and order and determination in my life? And I was like, okay, I know that I'm a person who likes a schedule. I know that I'm a person who likes to plan my days ahead. And so I have this whiteboard in my room, and I literally, anytime someone asks me like, hey, what are you doing this day? I'm like, I don't know. I have to look at my whiteboard. Yeah. So that helps me a lot. And something that I do now is I'll try to like, I just feel like something about having plans in advance, like a week ahead, like written on your calendar is so motivating, and like having it on your wall, not like in your phone. I recently started doing belly dancing classes because I used to do that when I was younger. It was just like a big part of my life growing up, belly dancing. I feel like for a lot of Middle Eastern girlies. And I was like in a belly dancing team in high school.
That's
like
so
we like
cool.
played on halftime. Yeah.
No, that's like
it was really cool. I loved it. And we would like go to Old Town and perform. So I just recently joined belly dancing classes again. I've only went to one so far, but I just feel like I'm going to try to like have that weekly. And it's also cool because I come in every Thursday to film my podcast. Every Wednesday I go to church. Well, this is a new thing, but yeah. And so I try to have weekly things that are our routine in my life. So I know Thursdays are for my podcast. Wednesdays are for church. Tuesdays are for my belly dance classes. And then maybe like 2 days out of the week, I'll have like an event to go to. So I just really
like an editing day.
Yes, exactly. Or like, yeah, I think it's more of like getting yourself out of the house too, because sometimes like I'm so comfortable with being alone, and I don't know if you are too, but I could just stay inside forever and like also not mind. So instead of like sitting on my couch and lounging around like a couch potato, I will like maybe take my laptop and like go to a coffee spot and like do my work there. I think it's just more about being around other people in public and seeing them do life, and like it makes you want to like do inspiring. Shit too, right? It's totally. Like, oh my gosh, like these people are like outside. Like I need to be outside.
It's like the things that, it's funny because it's like I resented high school so much and I hated it, but I was so productive.
Yes, I was so
and it's
productive.
Like finding the balance of being happy and being productive simultaneously is really hard, but once you do, it's like over. Like, you know, when you get in like a manic flow state, maybe not manic, but like you get in a flow state where you're really excited and passionate. Yeah. Like that is the best feeling.
I know. I wish I could live in that forever.
Same. Oh my God. Every time I like get back up there, it's like once a month. It's like I have a week of that. And then I'm like, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Oh my. You know what you should do? You should watch the movie Soul. It's on Disney Plus.
I love that movie. Well, you have some mascara under your eye.
Thank you. Yeah. I slept in this makeup, guys. I literally woke up and came to film. I had a crazy morning.
No, that's the new vibe for the podcast, guys. Yeah. It's like chill as
literally like, the first like 5 episodes were me like dolled up in like heels and like a dress, and now I'm like, hey guys, I just woke up.
Yeah. No, that's the vibe.
What was I saying?
Oh, the movie Soul.
Yes, the movie Soul. If you don't know what it's about, I'll basically give you the gist. It's like this angry soul who like the whole heaven is trying to get him down to go to Earth and like live life, but he's like so angry, and then he accidentally like ends up going to Earth, and he notices all the beautiful like little things in life, like a leaf falling from a tree and it's just like has a cool pattern on it, or like the wind blowing and like someone's hair flying in the wind, or just.
Do you ever have moments like that in real life?
Yes, I do all the time.
Same.
I love it.
I like in the mornings. I've been starting like the first hour of my day. I won't go on my phone because it ruins my day if I go on my phone first thing. And I'll walk outside to get coffee, and I'm like, oh, I'm in Hollywood, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Hollywood. Like that's so sick. Like I would have killed to be here.
Like 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like the most terrifying feeling is like getting everything you ever wanted and then being like.
We just talking about this on another episode where someone asked like, oh, why do influencers hype up LA so much, and then they come to LA and hate it. And dude, I would feel that way too. Like I went in my old apartment in Koreatown, like downtown LA, I would literally wake up and be like, oh, I'm in downtown LA. Good morning, you rise and shine.
You having the money to not be in downtown LA is the funniest part too. Like what was that about?
Dude, I literally applied to that apartment and got approved and moved in without touring it.
Oh my God.
And I don't know. I didn't know anything about like LA or like where like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I just signed a lease and I was stuck there. And so I would wake up and be like, huh, good morning, downtown LA.
Yeah, literally.
And I hated it. And I would walk around and I would like find all these, because in that part of town, there's like so many like walkable places where you can like go find cool like spots to eat. So I'd be like, dude, you're such a bitch. Like, you would have literally been so hyped to be here, like, 5 years ago. Like, go take a walk. Like, go find somewhere new. And
then you look up and you see the skyline and it's like,
yeah, like, okay, good morning, downtown LA.
Yeah, like, this is sick. Yeah. No, I have those moments too where I'm like actually looking around and being like, oh my God, like, that's an iconic, like, venue where, like, concerts are at. And, like, this is, like, the Hollywood stars.
And
like,
don't you ever think about, like, how some people travel, like, from the other side of the country to come see LA, and you're just, like, living here and you're like, wow, LA is dirty and gross.
Yeah. Right. It's like how it's like the iconic Hollywood stars are like, even Saddle Ranch, like, whatever. Like, I was like so gassed about that when I first moved here, and now I'm just like,
no, right? But yeah, I think it's just more about the little things, girl. Like, you just have to really start seeing the beauty, and it's hard to, like, pick yourself up out of that. But okay, I know I just said I just went to church for the first time yesterday, and I don't want to, like, push religion on anyone, because I used to, like, I had a lot of religious trauma, and, like, I resented God and religion for the longest time up until, like, honestly, like, 6 months ago, and I started rebuilding my connection with God. And if you don't resonate with this, that's completely fine. I'm just, like, sharing my experience. I just feel like ever since I started, like, trying to build that connection with God and just, like, putting, like, my faith in, like, okay, what's meant to be is meant to be, divine timing. Like, I'm literally just gonna trust God in the universe. Like, my life has just been easier, honestly. And I feel like I have less things to worry about. Like, my heart is not heavy, like, when it should be, technically.
Maybe if it isn't even religion for somebody, it's just having faith in something other than yourself.
Even if it's not God, or if, like, I don't know, like, I do believe that there is a higher power.
Yeah.
I personally believe in God, but, like, you don't, like, I'm not forcing it on you guys at all, you know? Yeah, whatever works for you. I'm just sharing, like, what has worked for me is, like, and not to be corny, but, like, go outside, like, get some sun.
Yeah, touch grass.
Yeah, no, I know people say that as a joke, but, like, seriously, like, it helps. Like, I have a park by my apartment now, and I, like, go walk there and, like, just sit in the grass under a tree and, like, oh my gosh, you're gonna make fun of me for this, but, like, I'll hug the trees.
That's cute. I get that.
Yeah, like, I'll talk to them. I'll be like, is it okay if I sit here?
I'm like, be nice, David, be nice, David. Like, I'm like, that is darling.
Caesar is literally dialing 911 as we speak.
Literally, like, there's actually this one tree who's, like, really hot. He's so hot.
My editor's sitting behind the camera, like, side-eyeing me right now.
Literally.
He's like, oh, you talk to the trees?
Like, I have a wonderful family with one of these trees, and we hang out every day. And I'm like, oh, you do? Wow.
I'm like, okay, next voicemail.
Yeah, literally. No. I get it though, because I have corny moments where, like, I'll, like, no, I always have, like, lived on the river growing up. Like, we have a dock in our backyard, and I've like definitely talked to the water before. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm having, like, a episode of some sort, but
you are literally Ariel IRL.
Yeah, literally.
The Little Mermaid. They should have casted you.
I need to see that.
You haven't seen it? I watched it twice. It was so good. Yeah.
I love her cover, or not cover, but. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Okay. I hope that helps, though. I love you, Taylor. Thank you for calling in. I'm like, hello.
Hi, Vereena.
Hi.
I literally love all of your videos so much. Thank you for this podcast.
Thank you.
My question, I was hoping you could talk a little bit about, like, feeling like you have so much love to give, but you don't want to have people take advantage of you, because that's what I struggled with the most from 15 to 20 as well. And so, yeah, I just wish you would talk about that a little bit. I love you so, so much.
Oh, I love you too. So I actually really love this voicemail. I totally get you, dude. Like, I feel like for, like, maybe, like, a year ago, about maybe less, like 8 months ago, I was in such a bad headspace and cycle of, like, oh my God, I have so much love to give. I want to love somebody so bad, like, but I'm just traumatized. I'm scared, you know? And that's totally normal to feel. And honestly, I've had 2, like, really significant breakups now that, like, actually hurt me. And what I can tell you is, after going through both of those, after my most recent breakup, like, I noticed when I was talking to other guys, like, I would be so worried about, like, the outcome, or, like, are they playing me, XYZ? And I just really had to, like, check myself and be like, dude, there's going to be so many people in life who have backward intentions for you, and you will not know it. And the best thing you can do is just show up and show up fully. Like, don't try to, like, hide parts of yourself or hide parts of the love you want to give. If you are a loving person, be that loving person, because that is so rare. And, like, especially so rare for people to, like, give all their love. But obviously, like, with limits, you know? Like, don't be, like, too crazy, but, like, not crazy, but you know what I mean? Like, have boundaries for yourself and know, like, when enough is enough. And I just feel like don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about how is this person perceiving me. Just be you, like, love purely and with your whole heart. Do what you want to do. Like, sometimes I'm like kind of talking to someone right now, and I'll be like, I want to send this message, but, like, is it too much? Like, is it corny? And I'll be like, it's me. Like, I'll just send it. I'm like, okay, relax. Too much, David.
We can get that.
I'm like, you guys want to expose me so bad, I swear. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, I'll like be hesitant of like, oh, should I do this for this person? Is it too much too soon? But like, if that's what you feel like doing, like just do it. Like, don't ever feel shame of being a loving person. It is such a blessing in this day and age. I promise you, dude. And like, just
and like the perspective of like looking on things, like deciding how you want to look at something, like being delusional about things. Like if you want to look at it like I got over and I'm gonna be for months, you can look at it that way if you want. You can choose to, or you can look at it like I just learned such a huge lesson that could have taken me 10 years to learn, but I'm really happy. I just learned it and I figured out how to move past it.
Exactly. And something that I read in my journal earlier that I feel like applies to this is I wrote down, don't let the bad people take the good out of you, and let the goodness in others remind you of your own goodness, and let the bad in others inspire you to remove it within yourself. And I don't think loving is a bad thing. It's scary. It is so scary. And like, especially being so full of love and like wanting to share it with everybody, because obviously not everybody, it's not in the right hands all the time. You know what I mean? But that's where you just have to trust your intuition and just be yourself. Don't hold back. Like, just love. Love is so beautiful. I love love.
This is really like bringing something up in my mind that I didn't think about ever. But like, if I'm in a bad mood, just for whatever reason, I can't get out of it, and I have a friend who's like being goofy and silly, like I'll just be like, okay, girl, like I won't be mean, but I'm just like, yeah. And like, I should like look at their like happiness and be inspired by it and like let myself be excited and happy too. But I almost like resent them, and it's like, I have something to be annoyed about. I need to like focus on that so I can get through this. And it's like, or you can just choose to be happy right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and then also that like plays into like what's happening right now. Like, what are you stressed about? You know, like it might be something that you have to do tomorrow, but like right now you're with your friends and you're having a great time. So just like be in the moment with your friends and have a great time.
I'll say that to myself, like on the weekends, if I'm going out or something and I have something that I have to do that Monday, I'll be thinking about it. And then like, I'll literally look myself in the mirror, like a little like tipsy, and I'm like, okay, like take a breath.
Like you're in the now.
Right now I'm having fun, and I will be able to stress about it and worry about it, but on Monday. And today's not Monday.
Exactly. So like, my favorite line is, that's future me's problem.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. It's just like you have to find a balance, and it's so human though to like be worried about that, and like you can't like meet your friends in the middle because you guys are in like two completely different moods.
Completely opposite.
Yeah. But did I answer that question?
Absolutely,
good?
yeah.
Did I? I hope I helped.
You like not know what the question was.
I'm just like, love. I love love. Just love, girl.
Like, have you ever tried this?
I'm like, live, laugh, love.
Have you ever tried laughing a little? Have you ever tried hanging out with a tree?
David, you're so funny.
Thank you.
Petition for David to be co-host.
Yeah, if they're not like this annoying ass twink, like shit. Okay, do you want to get into these final questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. I know we didn't do that many voicemails today, but that's only because a very special guest is about to walk into those doors, and we're going to film the next episode. So we kind of had to keep it short, but we're going to move into some questions now.
Yeah, so now that we've gone over your opinions at 15, we've gotten really deep and exposed you for things that maybe you didn't want to share today.
Yeah.
We are going to get into
like,
the
can we ball?
Yeah, literally.
We ball?
We're going to get into your opinions now that you're 20, just on things that maybe weren't. Wait, let me read that. Maybe like we're going to get into your opinions now that you're 20. Okay. So what's like one of the hardest lessons that you're happy happened because you learned from it?
Honestly, I've been like brutally cheated on twice.
Yeah. Brutally.
Publicly. Yeah. Publicly. In both relationships were brutal and
really?
public. Yeah. Damn. My first one was very public too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like in the moment, like my world was destroyed for both of them. Like I was so hurt. Like I was like, what did I do to deserve this? Like what the And I think the biggest lesson I've learned is you can never, ever control the outcome. And I am a person who worries so much about what if this goes wrong? What if this goes bad? And like, they did go bad. But at the same time, like, I'm really glad that I was in those relationships, even though they were toxic and bad. Yeah. And like, it really sucks that I had to learn certain lessons through those relationships and through those men. But I'm glad that I did. Like you were saying earlier, this could have taken me 10 years to learn, but I'm so glad that I learned it now. Is like, people are going to do whatever the hell they want to do. You could be the best person to someone, but you're just the best person to the wrong person. And I'm really glad, like, one thing I've learned is, like I was saying to one of the voicemails, is I've never let bad experiences or quote unquote bad people, I don't want to call anyone a bad person. I think a lot of people have definitely done bad things, and I've had bad experiences with people, but I don't want to call anyone a bad person. That's not my judgment to make. And I've never let those bad experiences like take the love out of me, or like I still am able to see like the good in people and like the love in people, and like, oh my gosh, I love people. Like I'm just glad that I can still love life. And I think that came through those heartbreaks, because I was like, I literally just can't control anything. I can't control the outcome of anything. It's all going to happen how it's supposed to. And whether it's horrific and monstrous and heartbreaking, or if it's beautiful and lovely and we're going to get married. Yeah. Like, just be in the now. Like, just enjoy the moment. Like, even, I don't know. Like, I don't want to sound corny. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. I heard this thing where like, you need to stop yourself when you're thinking, starts with these words where it's like, what if they, and then it's okay. That's absolutely not your business or your problem. Yes. Like, whatever they do is all on them.
I overthink so much, and I like always come up with scenarios in my head. And like, I've been really good recently of being like, okay, girl, like, this is not real. Like, it might be, but you don't know that right now. Like, you have no proof or evidence in front of you that says this is what's happening. This is just what's in your mind. So just take it for what it is, what you're seeing and what you're like being told. And you know, but obviously, like, trust your intuition. Like, don't be an idiot.
The worst is when it's like you can't tell if it's intuition or anxiety
or paranoia.
Yeah, and then it ends up being anxiety, and you're like, bro. I'm a beautiful intuitive queen. I know what's going on, and then it's like,
I am a psychic.
It's like you just have a psychotic break.
$20 for a tarot reading.
Yeah, like you just sat in your room and like imagined things and like saw things. Like, you're crazy. Yeah. No, that is like a hard one. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. So now that you've grown up a little bit, you mentioned having really poor self-care habits. What are some self-care habits that you have now that you're realizing are like true self-care, like not buying flowers or like putting on a face mask? You know?
Yeah. I really listen to myself and my body now. Is Beyond here?
I don't think so.
I think I really listen to my mind and my body, and I like take care of myself now. Like, I make it a priority. Like I said before, I was so indulged in like trying to make other people's lives easier and like trying to make other people so happy all the time. Like, I would forget to take care of myself. And I think now, like, I can genuinely say I am my main priority. Like, besides my dog and my cat, like, they come first before me, and then it's me. And I can like, it feels so good to say that, like, if I need to do something for myself, but like someone needs a favor that I genuinely can't do or have the room to do or have the time to do, that like I will put myself first. And just like, not even like in like, oh, someone needs something, I'll put myself first. Like, in every aspect, I feel like I just genuinely like care about myself now. Yeah. Like, I just care
like
enough to do the things that,
for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever had like a self-sabotage sort of moment where like, you know what you want for yourself and you're working towards it, but then you get really overwhelmed and then you make up excuses as to why you can't get there, and you totally like sabotage any growth that you've done?
Yeah. Oh, actually, sorry to bring this up again, but something I heard in church yesterday, I wrote it down in my notes, and I feel like this relates heavily. So the pastor was talking, he was talking about like thinking that you're planting the right seeds, and like, but you're like so focused on the outcome and like what you want to get out of that. He said, ugly seeds reap ugly harvests. Start looking at planting better seeds instead of looking after like, what am I going to get? Like, how can I improve like my finances? How can I improve this and this? Like, just focus on what you're doing, like how you're acting and being genuine and loving to people, and like good things will just come to you. Like, stop focusing so hard on like, how do I get this? How do I do that? Like, just be a good person.
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself, I do this a lot, where I'm like, this is really up, but I catch myself being like, oh, I'm going to be really like nice to them and kind and help them out, because if I am ever down bad, I know that they'll help me out. No, I think that's something that I've had to like work through, where it's like I realize that I'm helping someone to like ensure that I'm good too, but also like knowing that I'm helping them because I want to help them.
I don't depend on people.
I like
that's true. Don't think that there's anyone in my life that I'm like, I can count on you 100% other than family. Yeah. Like, no. And I'm scared to like do that because I don't want people to like count favors for me.
That is so true. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not really counting favors. It's just like, I got your back, you got my back, you know?
I feel like with certain things, though, it is like that. Like,
yeah, there's like a camaraderie.
It's like a niche, yeah. I've done that too, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I can't tell if it's selfish or not, or like, you know?
I think there's definitely like an aspect of selfishness there, but it's also like you are helping the person out of the kindness of your heart. Like, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's a little bit of both, but it's okay to be selfish. I think it's really important to be selfish sometimes. Like, I think that's actually like something I need to work on, is being a little bit more selfish, especially for the people pleasers out there, girls. Like, you need to have your own back and make sure that you're good. So I actually like
brush your hair. Just do it. It'll feel good. So just to close out, where do you think you are now on your self-love journey, and where do you want to go with it?
Honestly, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I have done so much work and healing and growth over like the last 3 years, especially the last few months. And I
like in a crazy way.
Yes, like I genuinely love myself so much, and like I think this is like the peak of self-love that I've been at like my whole life. Like, I'm showing up for myself.
You were hanging out with homeless men in the park.
Yeah, I'm like at the point of self-love where I'm just like, I love everybody and everybody has a story, and I want to be friends with everybody in the world, even if they are offering me a line of crack or
it's just me.
But yeah, I feel like I'm very proud of myself and my progress, and 15-year-old me would be so happy to see where I'm at now in my journey. So, yeah. Okay, but with that being said, guys, this is the end of today's episode. I hope you could resonate with it. I feel like I kind of repeated myself a lot, but I just feel so strongly about love, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, just do you, love, and
repetition makes habits.
Yes. Yeah, thank you guys for watching or listening. I love you.
Yay, bye.
Bye.
That was great.